mirrored arm traces. You can not only trace around your arms with the handle always in the same hand, like flicking the fibers around one arm and then tracing around the other, like so. There's an extra tutorial on that variation too. But you can do a handoff in between, like so, and get a more symmetrical image this way. How do you do them? They are pretty simple. You start with the handle in one hand and trace over the opposite arm, like so. You go over here, and when you come up again for the next round, here coming up in front of the fiber tail, then you do a handoff, and now the other hand does the same thing, traces over the opposite arm. Coming back again, handoff, tracing over, handoff, tracing over. The handoffs, there is an extra tutorial on handoffs where I explain that in general that you really need a loose grip to make enough space for the other hand to grab. So when you come from here, pretty loose grip, and then the other hand can take the handle here. You can do this kind of palm to palm handoff so that one hand just opens and the other grabs, and you can have different positions for the hands. So one hand grabbing at the bottom, one hand grabbing at the top. You can switch it, so there are various options. There's not one way to do a handoff, but what works for you smoothly, that's right. So then you can do like this. The arms are really in a high up position, sticking out to the front, that you really have the space to trace around, maybe a bit more the elbows above the shoulder, that the fibers don't fall off to the front, and then you can trace around. You can also help build a little with the tracing, that not only the handle hand moves around the elbow, but the elbow is coming through itself. And it looks like this. This is the outwards version. You can also do them inwards. So you start tracing under the opposite elbow. Then when the handle is coming down, you do the handoff under the opposite elbow, and so forth. I find this variation is less smooth. Maybe I haven't practiced enough, but it's a bit trickier. And I don't like it so much because the fibers come flicking right to your face. So when you trace under here, and when you tuck the elbow in here a bit, and the handle comes around, you see the fibers come here up, and when you do it fast, they flick right to your face. So be careful about that if you try that direction. Safety glasses are recommended, or you find a way just to turn your head away from the fibers, so that when you tuck in here, the fibers come flipping up there, and you turn your face away so that when the fibers come flipping up, they don't hit your face. So much for these traces. Keep flowing.